So what's up, y'all? It's Knuckles, and I'm back with another one. All right. So today I'm gonna be going over. It's a forum I found on Reddit. It's got title. It's gonna be tired of being a nice guy. What does it take to be a good guy? All right. So, I've got some nice guy symptoms. Point one: trying to be nice so that it leads to relationships. Point two: overly respectful. I ask for consent for everything. Typical nice guy thing. All right. Point three: resentful of women and afraid of rejection. That reminded me of me, how I used to be. Point four: feeling of entitlement to what others have. Things such as love, sex, couple stuff in general. And the last point: resentment of men who have so irregular sex, especially if my value assessment of them as a person isn't positive. Like the how could she be with him syndrome. Man, they remind me of how I used to be. All right, and and here's a guy who gave some advice. All right, and he said, "Let me reveal the truth to you, then, young grasshopper. What you must do without fail is to find self-love and self-confidence. To find self-love, you must find yourself believably attractive. To find yourself believably attractive, you must have you must have positive, interesting qualities. To have positive, interesting qualities, you must have genuine interests and emotions that do not gravitate around yourself in your resentment. To have interests and emotions that do not gravitate around your resentment, you must learn you must learn not to blame others for your failures. To not blame others for your failures, you must learn to appreciate errors. At that point, the young student attained great enlightenment." I ain't gonna lie. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna go down and read a couple more. Couple more. All right. I think that a lot of us are just beta males. This guy responded to this. First of all, you need to ditch that concept entirely. The alpha beta social hierarchy. I can't pronounce that. I get tongue tied off. Whatever. Hypothesis comes from research into wolves in captivity in 1940 and was never meant to apply to human. It was eventually even disavowed by its authors when they discovered that wolves in the wild behaved entirely different. Okay, and now he's touching up on the part where the guy said he's overly respectful. As in everything sexual, that's not how being overly respectful. That's just having decent communication with your partner. And your respect for their boundaries. More experienced guys might be better at eliciting consent non-verbally, aka making them beg for it. But guys who cram their dick into their partners without express consent aren't successful. They're stupid. They're stupid at best and rapey at worst. As others have suggested, No More Mr. Nice Guy by Robert Glover is a fantastic book for men today in general. Not just not just for those in your situation. One of his core concepts is the idea of covert contracts, whereby nice guys are nice in order to get something in return, usually sex, but it could be anything. Whereas true goodness means being respectful, polite, etc. For its own sake, without secretly expecting something in return, that sounds like the bit you should focus on. I kinda got what that second one was coming from, but I think the first guy who gave advice was kind of better. I'm gonna find one more. I'm gonna find one more, then I'm gonna end it there. All right. So a guy quoted what he said. I just want to be a good person and be successful with women. All right. He said, OP. Your stated goal is basically a repeat of the problem you're having now. Being a good person for the purpose of being successful with women is not appreciably different than the nice guy syndrome. Be a good person because that unto itself makes you feel good. Where you might be well served, starting is improving starting is improving your ideas of self. Love and relationships aren't a competition. No matter how much others might frame it as such, it's really a personal challenge. It's really a personal challenge to find someone whose quirks and baggage align with yours. In such as way I'm guessing you meant to say, in such a way that the overall relationship works. And to find that person at the right time for both of you, there's so much more to it than just being the guy who can get a phone number easily. The fundamental flaw in the nice guy is that it's low risk approach that expects high reward. Going through the motion of being nice is not how one makes sincere connection. It's a safe play that doesn't put the actual you in the center and hides your insecurities behind a smile and some super flawless gesture. If you start if you start from the perspective of being just fine as you are, right now you can start making steps to being truly happy. It's no longer about other people then. It's about you, how you view yourself and how you react to other people and situations. Own your own stuff, and it sounds like you're well on your way to doing that. So good on you. Expectations are expectations are key here. Have no exceptions of other, and keep your motives aligned with being positive, open, good-hearted person, and you'll seldom be disappointment. When something happens that you are disappointed by, challenge your expectations. Why should you feel resentful of someone else's success? Where is it written that others can't be happy? If you're nice to some woman, why is there an expectation she should reciprocate, reciprocate, reciprocate in that way you want, and not just be nice in return? Here's probably the biggest overall concept: sex and love are not rewards for behavior. They are a byproduct of connecting at an emotional level, which requires you to be accessible for vulnerable. For you to be accessible and vulnerable. That requires courage, and courage requires a sense of self-worth as a starting place. Just from reading your posts, I can easily conclude that you are a fairly self-aware guy, and that's awesome. I honestly think you are a lot closer to your goal of being comfortable with your life than you think. Best of luck, OP. And I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. And if y'all wanna And if y'all want more videos like this, all I'm basically doing is like trying to bring like positive outlook. One day I give some of my stories as well, but for the moment I'm reading other people's stories on how they overcame being a nice guy and steps they're taking through the process and stuff as well. And so it's basically just to, you know, basically give people hope, cause it's you can change. You can change. It's not you're not stuck. It's never too late. But yeah, man, it's Knuckles, and I'm signing out. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and let me know in the comment section below what y'all want to see next or what y'all want me to touch on next. I'm out.